guys, welcome back. It is another video. Now today I wasn't feeling particularly creative, so I thought I'd just give you a sketchbook tour of a couple of my sketchbooks. So here is sketchbook 1 and 2 of my A5 sketchbooks that are both completed. And I decorated both the covers. As you can see, this one I just put stickers on, and here is my title page. No, that's not me, before anybody asks. This is one of our dogs. His name is Harley, as I'm sure you can tell by the fact that his name is there, and he's a Great Dane. This is Colonel, a British Bulldog, another one of our dogs. And if you get the reference of this artist, then well done, because she is ultimate. Both of those characters I took inspiration from, and this was my first ever attempt at a full body character, and it didn't go very well. This one, I thought I'd do some kind of inspirational poem in the corner, so it says, "Ash falls down, but my swallow keeps me up," because she has a tattoo of a swallow on her neck. This character I designed completely by myself. And the same goes for this character. And this character, which I think went marginally better than the first character that I tried to design. And this also, my own character. All of these drawings were from a couple years ago now. This you might recognise because it is a sticker on the front of the book, which I decided to draw because I thought she was really cool. And we don't talk about that page. This page I was so excited about because it was the first page I ever did with the entire thing being a drawing. All of it was shading. That was a drawing my stepdad asked me to do because he loved the sticker, and that is a creature I designed. This is undeniably a rose, which I drew because I wanted to get my rose game up because I wasn't good at drawing roses. This is a character that I decided to draw. Fun fact, I have all those clothes. Another thing I designed because why not? And another character I designed because why not? A drawing of my friend that was never finished, and another character I designed because why not? And another one. I was really getting into my character design here, as you can tell. This is where my game really stepped up. And I actually started using some good pencils and blending and shading, and I worked on noses and eyes a lot. This one we don't talk about. I don't know what happened. Fun fact, I did a remake of this drawing recently. If you want to see it, then tell me in the comments, and in another video, maybe tomorrow or the day after, I can show you. Another drawing, because why not? Oh no. At this point I had 3 pages left with the sketchbook and I was just coasting to the finish line. So these 3 last, if you can call them artwork, are questionable. Now we get to move on to sketchbook number 2. And I'm struggling to close this sketchbook. This is the title page, which took me way longer than expected. I thought it would take, 20 minutes. It took about an hour. Vote in the comments section which title page you think is better, my first one or my second one. You can definitely see the evolution of my skills, but we don't need to talk about that. And here, my first proper detailed drawing, and I just skipped past it very quickly, but I was very proud of that. And 2 more drawings. It kind of speaks for itself, to be honest. Another mushroom drawing, and another mushroom drawing. As you can tell, I love fantasy. This is a Pokemon, if you don't watch Pokemon, but a Pokemon. And there's a story behind this. So my brother loves Pokemon, I love art. The only way I could get him to do some art with me was for me to draw some Pokemon and for him to draw some Pokemon. So I drew a Pokemon, and I drew more Pokemon, although this page isn't finished. and I will finish it with him one day. This I drew in a history lesson because we had to draw something that represented fascism. A character I designed, because why not? This I took inspiration from the internet and just drew something. This I was so proud of the metal, and I love this piece because I designed it myself. This is rather interesting because I did the watercolor upside down. I painted along there and then just let it all drip, enhanced all the drips, etc, etc. I took a paintbrush and a pencil and tapped it, as I'm doing with these pens here, to get those splatters. It's a great technique if you've never used it, and if you want to use it, go ahead. Now this piece. This is Lucian. Lucian is a character from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and in my opinion, the best character. If you haven't read the books, please do. This is what the first book looks like. If you love fantasy, if you love thrillers, if you love action, read them. Love Lucian. Love him. Just all the way. He's one of the best characters. This, funnily enough, is a character from my own book. I have no idea what happened to the lighting. I'm sorry, but this is a character from a book that I have written myself, and another character from my books. You can see that my noses in these drawings were a bit questionable. And here are eyes, because I wanted to get better at drawing eyes, so I drew a bunch of expression-filled eyes. Another character I drew, and there's a plane. And these are pretty self-explanatory, BFF matching tattoo ideas. This one says, I never sleep too much to think about. I'm never awake, too much to dream about. This one says, I like to party. This one says, I like solitude and darkness combined with a good book. I just took inspiration and ran with it. These, I wanted to do tiny detailed fine liner drawings, but I didn't have any fine liners, as I discovered when I went to do these drawings, so turned out I did them in pencil. And they're pretty small, so I was pretty proud of them. This was the first drawing where I put the plaster on the nose. My nose game has upped there, my lip game has upped there, that's pretty good. But the plaster on the nose will reflect throughout all of my drawings now. I rarely draw something without it. This I drew on a plane. I was bored, I drew random things that came to mind. The shading in the background took ages. Fun fact, those two little standing men are actually painted in my bedroom standing on a light switch. And this is the first ever marker drawing I did. And now on to the second sketchbook. Well, third sketchbook. Fun fact, I bought this in France. It's a black paper sketchbook and I was so excited to use it. No title page, too scared to make a title page. Very scared to make a title page, so I haven't. This first page is, as you can see on the title, me experimenting with gouache, because it's a paint I hadn't used before, so I experimented with it because I had some. And as you can see, I wrote a lot of notes about the paint and what worked and what didn't. So you can see need to get turpentine, oil-based paint, and good with acrylic. Good when acrylic is mixed with gouache, I think, over top. Oh, acrylic base with gouache over top. And you can see I did a small painting with warm colours and a small painting with cold colours. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I also have a cool drawing of an eye that for some reason is going out of frame because my camera skills here are very messed up. Oh yeah, there. And I wrote more notes underneath it. And I said drawing, but it's actually a painting. Same with the eyebrow. You can see my testing of warm colours and testing of cold colours down below, which is just slightly out of frame. This is a great page because I'm very proud of it, because it was varying female body types, drawing them all, trying to learn how to draw tighter clothes on bigger bodies or baggier clothes on smaller bodies, how the clothes fold, and just also learning about body types themselves, learning about, as it says, the stereotypical version of each body type. There are so many body types, and if you look throughout history, what is the perfect, in quotation marks, body type changes forever and ever. So you can see rectangle, triangle, upside down triangle, oval, circle, square. There are so many. And I love this page because I got to do a lot of drawings of clothes, which I love doing, and the body types. So nowadays it's a bit of an hourglass, but with less of a skinny waist. A bit like the rectangle, except a skinny waist, or square, sorry. And it was just very interesting because I got to learn about all the different ways that bodies were supposed to be shown throughout history, and models, and all the different ways that they were supposed to look throughout history. It was just very interesting, and I wrote a lot of notes as well, because why not? Looking back is now really fun to know what I was thinking at the time. And here, you'll have to apologise my poor camera skills. I had to try and flip my sketchbook over, and there was a shelf in the way, but eventually I got there. So this would have actually been a big piece, but I drew it and I didn't like it. As it says, disliked final design, hence why not in book. Which is really sad because you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't throw away your pieces, but this sketchbook was so perfect that I just didn't want to have something that I didn't like in it. As you can see, I really went into depth with how I wanted this character to look, and it just didn't turn out like that. And where in that piece I didn't like my biro, I then went to draw this. And I hope to fill this entire page because I love drawing her, and that was just really fun. And now moving on to more character design. Here I drew a character and invented her backstory too. So you can see I wrote characteristics: risk-taking, sporty, arty, crafty, creative, loves skateboarding, loves reading, loves sleeping. She's 16 and a Virgo, she's non-judgmental. Very random. And the non-Hitler salute, I drew that and then realised it looked like it was a Hitler salute, so I specifically said it wasn't. And there's the final piece. Not amazing, but pretty good. I was happy with it. So, yeah. That was pretty cool. First proper character design. And this was a colour study of cold colours, specifically yellow, green, blue, and cyan. I took a bunch of different mediums, tried to blend the colours, put them in circles, did a small art piece and then a larger art piece, which is the eye and the flowers. It was fun, and I intend to do this with warm colours as well. I just haven't got around to it yet, but I will. I definitely will. Comment if you want to see that in another one of my videos. Here, even more biros. Things that I just drew in lessons in random books and then decided to put onto a page. I'm definitely going to fill this page because I've discovered I love working with biro. And this is an important page. This is where M was created, where my avatar was designed. For this, I took a lot of inspiration. I took inspiration from 4 YouTubers. As you can see, we have Red Velvety, Jelly Bean, we have Chabu, we have 2 drawings of Chabu, and we have Frosty Fox. Because, yeah, and this is where I started designing her. The eyeliner, I wanted it to match my characters, so I did make it match my characters. Same with the planets and the stars. I wanted horns and fangs. I wanted her to have the little bubbly eyebrows, that face shape, a bull ring on her nose, a wolfy nose. I wanted her to have a hoodie. I wanted her to have the 2 lines on the cheeks. And here you can see I wrote down, I knew I wanted it to be in the same style as these YouTubers, so I collected references, because references, people, references. References are so important. If you want a more in-depth sort of way of explanation of how I designed her, then comment and I'll make another video about it. That pencil drawing is the first ever drawing of M. The marker drawing on the left is the second. There is the color palette of pens. That is my profile picture, and I'm sure you see it in my intro in every single one of my videos. And I drew that in my first video. If I wasn't holding my camera, then I'd be using 2 hands to making 1 heart, because I love this character so much. And yeah, thanks and bye.
Almost
JD
done.
signing out.